Hi, my name is Adam. I'm here with Spotex, and today we're going to take a closer look at Acumen Fireplace remote controls. So here we've got our gas fireplace, and I've got an Acumen Fireplace remote control hooked up to it. But as you can tell, when I press the on button, it doesn't work. So what can we do to resolve this? I'm going to show you a few troubleshooting steps to help get your fireplace working again. First, locate the receiver box that pairs with your remote control. It should be located within the fireplace, usually behind an access door like this. After you've removed your access door, find your gas valve. Then, on the terminals, there should be two connected wires that run to your receiver box. Once you've located your receiver box, test to make sure it's working by moving the slider switch to the on position. Your fireplace should now turn on. If this doesn't work, refer to your fireplace owner's manual or contact a local fireplace technician. For both the receiver box and remote control, check to make sure the batteries are fully inserted and touching the contacts. And also check to make sure that there's no corrosion within the battery compartments. And then be sure to operate the remote within the recommended distance of the receiver box. After checking the batteries, the next step is going to be to resync the transmitter to the receiver box. First, remove all the batteries from the remote transmitter and the receiver box. Then, make sure the slider switch on the receiver box is in the off position. Insert the batteries back into the receiver box. Move the slider switch on the receiver box to the remote position. Install the batteries back into the transmitter. Then press any button on the transmitter. You should hear a beep come from the receiver box when it receives the code from the transmitter. Your fireplace should now turn on. If you do not hear a beep from the receiver box, remove the batteries from the transmitter, move the slider switch back to the off position, and try again. For the 110 volt receiver box, remove the batteries from the remote transmitter. Then, reinstall the batteries back into the remote transmitter. Power up the receiver box using the red manual button in order to turn the receiver box on, and then press any button on the remote transmitter. You should hear a beep from the receiver box when it receives the code from the transmitter. If you do not, remove the batteries from the transmitter, wait 1 minute, and try again. Your fireplace should now turn on. If your fireplace still doesn't turn on, the next step would be to change the position of the dip switches located on the back of the handheld transmitter. Slide these switches into any position that you choose, and once you've done so, repeat the resyncing process as previously described. These steps should solve just about any issue you're having with a standard Acumen Fireplace remote control. However, if you're still having trouble with your fireplace remote after watching this video, please feel free to give us a call and one of our technicians would be glad to help. Thanks.